Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to be exploring and demonstrating the sampling of Mylo's Salt Lick. This is a really cool track that was never released actually. It was never able to get cleared. It was kind of obscure. I don't even think it was really an official white label. And it was around 2009, maybe a little bit earlier, and it's one of those kind of quintessential French house tracks by a Scottish guy. It's really fascinating. Mylo basically disappeared and then disappeared again, even though he had like a crazy hit. And I think, as far as I know, it's so he could. He had a son, and he just decided to dedicate his life to his son. So this is Salt Lick. When I first heard it, I wasn't aware that there was a sample involved. I was like, this is super cool. This is like classic, Daft Punk before they were Daft Punk, or like a Daft Punk side project. And I was made aware that the sample had been discovered. Well, it's not that hard to find, but it was discovered, and I was like, holy crap, I'm gonna try to do this. And I did. And it was almost like a spiritual experience, just to kind of do what the producer in question did. Not exactly, not with the same equipment, but the same kind of methodology. And you learn a lot, and it's pretty fun. So this is Salt Lick. I'll just play tiny little snippets of it. Right, classic French house, disco house, filter house, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, let's just match it up here. Right, do that, and it's already set to the correct BPM. All right, cool. So the sample in question is from Toto. Not Africa, unfortunately. It's from this track right here, and I'm gonna find the sample. That's the sample in question. All right, let's kind of get that in there. So this needs to be kind of warped a little bit. All right, so I'll just do that just as a quick reference. And I'm going to look at this grid up here. That's the one that I'm really worried about. I'm just going to grab an arbitrary area over here and then just move that over. See, I'm looking at the top clip there. Boom. All right, and I'll just scooch that over. One more. All right, so I'm doing that because there's going to be a little bit of a wraparound situation here. Right, and I'll demonstrate that over here. So, first, I need to actually pitch this up. So I'll go complex, just to be, old school. Bring it up a semitone. Right, it needs to be up just a slight bit. It's not exactly. right? Pretty close. All right, so I have this here, and I'm going to set the start point to, where it should be, right over there. Right. Right. We're going to do a little bit of a wraparound situation here. So I'm going to take this beginning part, right, which is kind of like a transfer thing. That is actually over here in the Mylo version. Right. Same thing right here. Right. So you just move that over, right? And then it'll give you a nice little, I call it wrapping around. It's just a way to kind of sample and have like a bit of, have your sampled loops resolve. All right. All right. So that's pretty good. You know what we can do is we can actually demonstrate kind of how to go about making it sound the way it sounds. The reason why Filtered House sounds the way that it does is because the source material, well, not so much this, the EQ, like the disco smile, was an EQ curve that like would carve out the mid and then boost the low and the high. And what you would do is you would boost the mid and the high, and you get like this classic kind of disco sound. And it also kind of works for this. I'll just do that. Right. And then you'd sidechain that, obviously. And, it makes a little bit more sense when the kick and stuff is there, but, just kind of leave that. There's always a lot of extreme EQing in these French house records, and there's also a lot of extreme filtering, and they tended to enjoy the MS-20 type of filter. And when I first started doing this, I felt like a French god or something. I don't know, or I felt very French. Sans Marlboro cigarettes, but I'm referencing the In the Studio with Alan Brax. Anyway, we have the filter here, and you notice in the beginning, it switches from a extreme high pass filter with lots of resonance. Right, and you could afford to do these resonances with these old disco tracks because, again, it had that disco smile dip in the middle frequencies. There's that, and then we'd have like a band pass. And then you just go into the track. Right, and that is Mylo's Salt Lick. It's one of those should have been a release track, but I don't know. There's something about it. It's just one of those really special ones from back in the day during my formative years. But yeah, pretty simple. It's just taking a snippet and there you go, and incorporating it into your track, and just. It's a good vibe. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that video. I hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.